Today's weather update is brought to you by you. Big thanks for everybody on Patreon who continues to support this channel. If you want to help out, the link is down below. Now let's get into today's update. So let's talk about what is happening out here today, where we do have two low pressure areas. Actually, a tropical depression. That's this area just off the coast of Vietnam. Was upgraded to a tropical depression according to the Japan Meteorological Agency, as well as the Joint Typhoon Warning Center. Doesn't quite have a name yet at this point. It has to get up to that tropical storm status according to JMA, and it is outside of the Philippine area responsibility, so they're not going to be giving a name on it at this time. But the big thing, it is increasing some heavy rainfall across Vietnam, actually being looking at some pretty decent flooding there, and inflow wrapping in around the south side of it has been impacting the west coast of the Philippines as well. In fact, take a look at this video out of Manila. Over the last 48 hours, we have been seeing some areas there in the EDSA, really across the NCR for that matter, upwards of a foot or more pooling up of water, and some of the main roads here definitely causing some travel hazards as well. That is all, as well as that southwesterly flow wrapping in around the south side of this storm. So if you have been impacted out here, that's really what has been happening. It's associated with our storm towards the west, not directly, but definitely done some of that inflow. And the same thing goes for, areas south of Manila here across the sides. We have been seeing that flow across the parts of Cebu. Been seeing some pretty decent storms actually the last few days there as well. So there's a kind of a 1-2 punch here. You have that flow coming in from the west, and then you have your storm back here towards the north impacting parts of Vietnam. Now the thing is, that is going to continue to linger here, so we're going to still see that flooding out here in Vietnam, onshore wind, that moisture flow into Visayas, with a new named storm still possible as this does continue to linger across this area. So let's actually take a look at this. I want to show you kind of, well, first we'll get to the SpaghettiOs in a second. First, the official track from the Joint Typhoon Warning Center of this as it comes onshore just around Da Nang, still bringing all of that rainfall as it passes overhead off there towards the west. Just to look at what JMA says, it is a tropical depression. They also have that low towards the east, and if we look at the next 24, 48 hours, still have both of these lows lingering west and east of the Philippines. Now, if we're talking about the inflow around these, I want to mention this. This is Windy's look, but this is at 700 millibars. So we're talking about kind of mid to upper level wind flow. This is not the surface, but I like to show this because look at this tail going like this all the way back towards the north. And if we go as far as, let's pull back the picture here, you can see this extend all the way. Now this is part of that monsoonal flow in that river of moisture. Now if you look north of that, we still have the northeasterly flow impacting northeastern Luzon. Why it's been relatively drier there, and we have that flow down towards the south, which is why I can't stress enough, despite the fact that this storm is going to be west of the Philippines, we still have that low towards the east, so places still could be looking at some flooding here wrapping in around that other area of low pressure that may not be a storm, but is still tapping into that moisture flow even into the mid through upper levels. So there's plenty of impacts here, from our storm rate in here to our moisture flow coming in from the southwest towards the northeast as well. That's thus creating showers for southern half of the Philippines, from Cagayan de Oro, places like Siargao, Cebu, 32 there, Tacloban, same as Rojas. And then we still have that westerly flow, that onshore flow back here towards the west. So places like Cebu and Manila, still looking at some showers here on your Wednesday, primarily during the afternoon to evening hours. And you get the higher elevations like Baguio. It's going to stay cool with a high of 23 with on and off precipitation as well. And once again, satellite picture, you can see exactly what I'm talking about with this monsoonal flow out here towards the west, and those showers coming on shore with our tropical depression. So yeah, plenty to talk about here. My goodness. If you're talking about the storm itself or that monsoonal flow taking place as well, we got plenty to talk about. So let's talk about Bangkok. We got some scattered showers here on your Tuesday over towards Wednesday, scooting out towards Manila as well. We're going to have my data here on Thursday. We're going to talk more about that. Thunder, not much wind on Manila. Like I said, afternoon showers with those rains coming in from the south and west. Out towards the north, though, it's staying relatively drier into Okinawa and even back towards Tokyo as well. So yeah, there's plenty going on. Like I said in the beginning of this video, if you guys like these updates, please check out our Patreon. Link is down below. Huge thanks for everybody who continues to support this channel. You make this possible for what we do here Try to do it as often as possible. Can't quite get to it every day. Plus, if you like these graphics, especially if you're media looking for some different levels of graphics, check out Weatherscape XT Black Editions from Metro Weather. They help us out here so much when making these very well possible. So yeah, huge thanks for everybody continue to support this channel. As always, thanks for watching. And number one thing, of course, is stay safe out there. All right, bye guys.